your homeboy David Oyelowo. Oyelowo?
Oh, blah, 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 blah.
I don't know how to say his name.
This was a hard one to take. So he's on Godfrey's podcast. Number one. Like that's where we're gonna point it out, number one, because seems like one of the only individuals in the diaspora outside of America that understands the disconnect, at least from our perspective. He understands how we see it, what the interdiasporal conflict is.
Right.
In any case, they get on at one point the topic of the Druski skit, right, about the British actors taking American jobs or whatever. And man, this man go on this whole diatribe about how, oh yeah, when I was doing Selma, I found Lakeith Stanfield, and I found this African American brother, and I employed this African American, and I did this. It was like right off the jump. I'm not I don't hear nothing you saying. Listen to all the stuff I did for African Americans. Right? It was very much giving I got black friends from a black person. Right?
And I did these favors to then throw it back in their
Let's
faces
keep
now.
pulling back the layers of the onion, baby. So that's where we start. Is I do so much for black people here in America. And then it was, he got asked direct, do I like the skit? No, I don't think it's helpful, but it's fine. I'd rather just work and coalesce. Okay. Sitting in the position of already playing Martin Luther King and Bass Reeves, right? Two historical African Americans. He has the take that, oh, well, pointing it out or talking about it comedically is not helpful. We should just work together. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I guess he wants us to work under the production company that he has with his unmelanated wife. That's called Yoruba Saxon.
Yep.
As in his credo, right? His creed.
Yep.
Yoruba, or the language. That's a language, right?
Yes.
I believe so.
Yes.
Yoruba,
Yes.
what he speaks. In Saxon, as in Anglo-Saxon. That's the umbrella we supposed to be all coalescing under, is Yoruba Saxon. Right? Oh, but it gets worse. Or better, however.
I'll say that's really bad.
The man is talking about accents, right? And the similarities between how he can kind of float. He literally like transitions from a black Southern accent to Nigerian, or I believe that's where he's from. I think he's Nigerian.
I think Yoruba is Nigerian.
Okay. So he's like, so yeah, I can do that, but all of a sudden, if I add just a little bit of slavery and servitude, and that's when he goes into his Southern accent. So again, we under the Yoruba Saxon umbrella, and under the Yoruba Saxon umbrella, black Southern accents are basically Nigerian accents with servitude and slavery.
The accent,
if you don't get your ass on,
is the same accent with servitude and slavery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only thing that pissed me off about the whole thing is because them Africans that Godfrey be talking about all the time, that's totally disconnected from the plight of African Americans, but want to use it to their benefit. The nigga's sitting right in front of your face. He's telling you.
Call him out.
He's doing it. The nigga did a whole bit. He's like, yeah, the only thing I have to do is, add a little bit of servitude, a little bit of slavery, and that's how I talk like this. Nope. But then, if you speed it back up and you talk like this, you're a Nigerian.
No, stop, call that out.
You talk a little bit more clear, and you speed it up, you're a Nigerian now.
We should have stopped at Yoruba Saxon. The interview should have been over at that point. Your film company is called what?
Yoruba Saxon. Oh, man.
You know what that reminds me of? And we've never talked about it on the podcast, so it just keeps slipping my mind. Apparently, Key and Peele split up because of Homeboy's white wife.
That's the rumor. That is the rumor. But hold on now. How you gonna get mad at him for his wife? Both of y'all dipping cookies in milk.
Yeah.
Like both of y'all milkmen.
No, but apparently Key's white wife is
It's
like
different. She's different, huh?
She is on trash. Like everybody hates her.
He hasn't been in any of his movies.
Jordan Peele's white wife is the girl in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I think. But yeah, Keegan-Michael Key's white wife is apparently the worst.
Damn.
According to rumors. I don't know. I have no idea.
Dwayne McDuffie had a white wife. What's up with y'all, man?
Your homeboy got a white wife from Orange Mountain.
It's my homeboy. Hey, stop. Please stop. Leave that alone.
All right. I'll say no more.
He was just up there like, yeah, I got Lakeith Stanfield on. Like, hold on, man. We asked you, Mr. Martin Luther Bass Reeves over here, if you feel like y'all are getting roles to play. Like, what I hate is when you want to have this discussion, right? Oh, you want to sit down and have this discourse, but you don't want to acknowledge any of the negative, even perceptions that are coming from your way. You want to treat them as if they don't exist and I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. As if a woman who was all over Twitter talking about how, African Americans, this and that and the third, but played Harriet Tubman. Like we got to be able to talk about things where they are. Don't tell me I don't see what I'm seeing and then tell me you want to have a conversation. No, you don't want to have a conversation. You want to have your ass patted. You want somebody to pat your ass and tell you that it's special and that everybody just hating on you and that we can do it. We can hold hands and do kumbaya. The hell with that. If you want to have a conversation, let's talk about it for real. Because there are people like Zendaya who exist who will be like, yeah, no, I only take white women roles. I'm going to take the roles that you wanted to give to Sydney Sweeney. Because otherwise, I'm going to be the light-skinned face over every black project that exists because that's where they'll stick me.
Yeah.
Nah, I'd rather take white women's roles. I'll take food off their plate.
Yeah.
It's possible. You could be an Amanda Steinberg. It's like, I'm a little light-skinned for sure. I'm a little light-skinned for sure. Get that to somebody else. Go find a brown sister. And then they went and found a Brit. But and then it was like, oh, we got your ass. We'll get some brown skin, all right. We're gonna head all the way across the pond.
Oh my gosh.
But you can do that. Like it's possible to be like, no. Like, first of all, are there black civil rights figures in Britain? Because this somebody gonna have to give me a history lesson real quick. Run me through the historical figures in the UK that we can play. You know what I'm saying?
Historical black figures in the UK.
Yeah, let's do another Mandela. Well, he wasn't in the UK, but we can do another Mandela flick, and we can get Jamie Foxx in there to play. You know what I'm saying? I said something on the Pantheon. You can go have Common play Gaddafi. Yeah, I don't know specifically in the UK who the black figures are that we would want to make a biopic on, but let's get them. Let's make some movies about them. Let's get because obviously I need an education. The rest of us here in the West need an education, so let's do that instead of like snaking around every African American actor you can to find to play Martin Luther King or to play Malcolm X or to play any number of historical black figures that came here.
Yeah.
That's part of the conversation too. It's not just all bubbles and roses and all you did that for Lakeith Stanfield. Thank you so much. You gonna make sure that Lakeith Stanfield can't be the next MLK fucking around.
With
that attitude, no, because it's gonna be Daniel Oyelowo's brother or his best friend under Yoruba Saxon. It's gonna be like whoever coming out of Yoruba Saxon.
Fam, I'm gonna time out Marte in the chat. He talking about why you hating on Yoruba Saxon. It's a fusion like Dragon Ball. That's crazy. Mofly said, I get where he's coming from, but some of our African American actors have to step out the boundaries. Can we go and speak a British, Jamaican, Nigerian,
But that's what I'm
Brazilian
saying.
accent?
Do we even have an opportunity to do that? Who are those figures that they're going to play? Shit, we can get a Marcus Garvey movie made tomorrow. Brian Tyree Hill. That's Marcus Garvey. Let's get it going.
It'd be better than playing Harvey Dent.
Whoa. What a transition. What a segue.